All right, let's jump right in. In the world's biggest democracy, there's a political earthquake happening. And it's not about the usual suspects, the parties or the politicians. No, this is about an entire generation in India that's stepping up. And they're not just voting, they are fundamentally reshaping the country's entire future.
So let's kick things off with just one number. But wow, what a number. 150 million. Just let that sink in for a second. That's how many young Indians were eligible to vote for the very first time in recent elections. Now, you might think, okay, that's just a statistic, but it's not. It's a demographic tidal wave, and it is ready to completely change the course of the nation. But here's the thing, right? The sheer number of people is only half the story. The real story is that this demographic giant is finally waking up. For years, I mean years, you'd hear politicians talking about the potential of the youth vote. It was always this future thing. Well, guess what? Today, that potential is a reality. It's a powerful, active force, and it's changing politics on the ground right now.
Okay, so let's dive into our first section, A Political Force Awakens. We're going to explore what it really means for a whole generation to become a new political power.
So when we say political force, what are we actually talking about? Well, it's way more than just showing up to vote. It's about a whole group having the collective muscle to actually set the national agenda, to make leaders sit up and listen and to genuinely steer the country in a new direction.
And this really shows you the shift perfectly. I mean, look at the Venn column. In the past, young voters were basically just a number on a chart, right? A demographic you could target with some generic campaign slogan. But now, that has completely changed. Look at the Now column. They're recognized as a major political influence. Parties can't ignore them. They have to create agendas that speak directly to what young people actually care about.
So, this new power isn't just random. It's built around a really clear set of priorities. And that brings us to our next section, the new agenda, where we'll dig into the specific issues that are firing up this generation.
And this is so important. This new political force isn't just making noise for the sake of it. No, they're organized. They have a clear set of demands, a mandate, really, that boils down to 3 core pillars: meaningful employment, quality education, and a sustainable future. But the key here is that these aren't just 3 separate items on a list. They are all deeply, deeply connected.
Okay, priority number 1, jobs. But we really have to get the nuance here, because this generation isn't just asking for any old job. They're demanding a career. See the difference? They want roles that have dignity, that have a future, a path forward, a real chance to plug into India's modern global economy. And that, of course, flows right into priority number 2, education. I mean, it's pretty simple, right? You can't have those 21st century careers without 21st century skills. So the demand is for an education system that's actually relevant, that's forward-thinking, one that gives them the practical skills they need to succeed. It's really all about closing that gap between what you learn in the classroom and what you need for a career. And then there's the third priority, climate. And you have to understand, this is the very foundation for their entire future. For this generation, climate change isn't some far-off abstract idea. It's a real, urgent problem that's happening right now. They're the ones who are going to inherit this planet. So for them, a sustainable future isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a total non-negotiable. So you put all this together, what's the long-term impact of this new agenda? Well, in our final section, Shaping India's Future, we're going to look at exactly that. And look, the impact here is so much bigger than just winning one election. By pushing for these career-focused jobs, for modern education, for real climate action, young Indians aren't just picking a party. No, they are setting the compass for the entire nation's future, its economic future, its social future, and its environmental future. So when you think about this huge demographic awakening, this new, powerful agenda, and the long-term impact it's going to have, what's the ultimate takeaway? What's the one thing you really need to remember from all this?
Well, I think this quote just sums it all up perfectly. It really captures the essence of this entire shift. It says, "Youth are not just voters. They're the voice shaping India's future." And you know what? That voice is only going to get louder.